The reason I put that point to you is because there was an interesting comment from David Axelrod today, who posted, "It's noteworthy and significant that Caroline Kennedy, who is famously private about family matters, felt moved to issue this searing indictment of RFK Jr.'s nomination as health secretary." That's where that point comes from. So is he right, David Axelrod?
Yeah, I mean, she in particular, has lived her entire life in the spotlight, so she's never one to jump in heedlessly. And other family members did take the point in pushing back on him earlier. But Caroline Kennedy's voice carries a lot of weight, even
Hmm.
some a lot across the aisle, somewhat, just because of the nostalgia both
Right.
parties have for the Kennedy clan.
I was going to ask you that. How much influence does she have?
Her influence is obviously stronger on the Democratic side of the
Yeah.
party, but older members of the Republican Party would, you know, be respectful as well. Now, this sort of brings in a couple different things. On one hand, the Republicans have been critical of the Me Too movement, and we've seen, like with the Hegseth nomination, that some of
Yeah.
these late revelations don't necessarily move the needle. But Kennedy is traditionally a Democrat, and he doesn't have that same sort of uh, inherent goodwill with the other Republican senators that someone like Hegseth had.
Well, I mean, I was also going to make that point too, and we'll close here. I mean, it was a rocky period there for Pete Hegseth, but he finally got the nomination, and here we are. So, do you expect it to be the same for RFK Jr.? Is it going to be a tough battle to official nomination, or will it be smoother?
I I think it'll be a tough battle. I mean, Trump did lose Gates as a nominee because the Republicans in the Senate had a personal animosity towards him. I don't know that they necessarily have the same kind of animosity towards Kennedy, but he also doesn't have the same kind of constituency that a former Fox host who had built these relationships with senators are going to have as
Yeah.
well.
So,
So it'll be
yeah.
somewhere between there. So
So
it's a real toss up, I think.
does Kennedy get there? Do you think?
It's it's going to depend on a few key people, but mostly I think it'll be driven on whether or not they think some of his pushes are going to hurt their bottom line when it comes to the agricultural states at the
All
end.
right. We'll see. Patrick, thanks for your time.